Okay, so this is video number 4. These are longer than they should be, and I'm redoing videos. This is your first chapter that you're getting. That's brand new, and I haven't done these in a while, so I'm rusty. So the last part of the first chapter of our text is all about food labels, and I don't get into great detail on this, but just a couple overriding points that you should appreciate. You have the right as a consumer, whether you want to believe this or not, to know what's in your food, right? You have a right to have some minimal nutrition information, right? So food labels have a couple things. They don't just have where it's made and what the company is so you consume or something. They have the ingredient list, and generally that's going to run largest to smallest. So for usually a candy, sugar will be the first ingredient because it's the most there. Then there's a nutrition facts label. That gives you some minimal nutrition information. It's based on, in theory, a person who is consuming a 2,000 calorie diet. That's the daily value term you see on a food label. And then in theory, what they would need to consume in their diet. And I'm actually going to sneak ahead because, there's an older food label that you might see in text and online, and a newer one, or I should say a nutrition facts label. The nutrition facts label today, as of 2019, is the one on the right. And it's got, some information. Does it have every vitamin and mineral? No. Could it have more? Absolutely. Why doesn't it? I don't know. Write your congressperson. But it's got stuff that, generally more helpful to the elderly than younger people. Vitamin D, calcium, iron, potassium. Those are usually issues of the older versus the younger, although younger folks can need lots of iron. Added sugar, that's a new thing on the food label. It wasn't there in 2018. Fiber, total carbs, sodium. That's your standard nutrition facts label that you find on a food label. Okay? Again, does it have a ton of stuff? No. Trans fats and saturated fat, those are bad for you. We'll talk about those in the fats chapter. I'm glad they're there. How come it doesn't have folate? So when you go into the lecture slides, you'll realize the enrichment process, which I just talked about in the third video, right? Enrichment, we add stuff back. Sorry. What do we add back? Well, we only add 5 things back to food that's been processed, made from grains, like spaghetti noodles or ramen. Iron, B3, B1, these are vitamins, B2, vitamin B2, and the vitamin folate. That's it, folks. That's it. That's it. But they're so important, we added them to every processed cookie, cracker, bread in America. So then the question to you is, Professor, how come they're not on the food label? And my answer is, I have no idea. Folate is really important during pregnancy. Getting enough folate helps prevent birth defects. Okay, one of them is called spina bifida, where the spinal cord doesn't fully develop. Why wouldn't you add folate to the food label, to the nutrition facts label for all processed foods in America? Which many of our processed foods are grain related, right? Macaroni and cheese, bread, whatever. You've made sure that we've added folate to all those foods. I don't understand. So, is it perfect? No, it's not. All right. So that's the first thing, kind of like the food label. And the 2 things of the food label I want you to remember are is the ingredient list, most to least, and the nutrition facts label, which has some nutrients, not all of them. By the way, you can look at the slide. It's got all your allergens, which are supposed to be indicated on a food label. So that's giving you information when you go shopping to make a smarter choice, I guess. So what else might you see on food when you go shopping? There's 2 other kind of areas which can be confusing, okay? So many foods actually have a thing called a health claim. You may not think of it as a health claim, but the federal government does. So Cheerios, and this is from an old box that actually doesn't exist anymore. Cheerios has what's called a health claim. Cheerios says it will lower your cholesterol and increase or decrease your heart disease, your heart attack risk. It talks about a disease. This one, cholesterol disease. This one does not. This one does not. These 2 actually talk about actual healthy things that have to do with real measurable biological things in your body, right? Cholesterol, heart attack, whatever. Those are health claims. There's not that many of them out there. Like fluoride has one, calcium has one, fiber-rich foods like Cheerios have them. Many foods don't. Many foods have a claim, and it's not related to your health at all. There is no official claim that says eating a active biological culture like yogurt does anything. I believe in yogurt. I believe it's good for my friendly bacteria. I believe that. But notice, there's no immunity is not a disease, right? Clinically proven doesn't mean anything. Strengthens your body's defenses, that's not a disease. There's no, what is that? Wearing a suit of armor strengthens your body defenses. Body armor for military increases their body's defenses. These are called structure function claims. They're just basically supplement claims, right? Omega-3 fats supports brain health. Is there a disease called brain health? It doesn't say Alzheimer's. It doesn't say dementia because it's not approved for that. Typically, these kind of claims you see on food, but usually supplements. So you got health claims and structure function claims. The health claims are regulated aggressively. Structure function aren't, as long as they don't mention an actual biological parameter like blood pressure or blood sugar or cholesterol, and they don't state a disease. And it's really, okay, so, I mean, these are all totally structure function, right? Emu oil, skin rejuvenation. I don't know, use lotion. I actually don't use lotion. I should. My skin is so sun destroyed, it's bad. Insane burn. It boosts metabolism. By the way, the little asterisk right there, you turn this puppy around, quote unquote, not proven to cure or treat any disease. A lot of these, by the way, contain caffeine. That's how they increase your metabolism. So everything we've talked about in the first chapter, which I've spent way too much time on these video lectures, I so apologize. It won't be this way in the future. Remember, your nutrient needs, if you're an athlete, are all about your needs. Do you have any health issues? I don't know. Do you have diabetes? Do you have to worry about type 1 diabetes where you have to time your insulin? Where are you traveling? What time of the day is your event? Is it in the morning? Should you eat a breakfast? Should you not eat a breakfast? Are you carb loading the night before? We'll talk about that when we get to carbs. Where are you traveling to? Is there refrigeration? Can you bring a cooler? It's very unique for an athlete. You're not just worrying about, in life, eating smartly, right? A mature way to look at your diet and, yeah, enjoy snacks, of course, but eat as an adult, right? Mostly healthy. Everyone's going to do that. You have to fit that in to a chaotic training schedule. That doesn't just support performance. Remember, it also has to support recovery. Okay, there's a lot of video for the first chapter. I apologize. You can always look at this stuff in more detail at the notes, obviously. That ends the video.